Hello, hello, and welcome everyone to Ed Talk TV, Conversations Worth Having. I hope you are having a fantastic day. Matter of fact, just tell me in the comments, even if you're watching the replay. Welcome to everyone joining. If this is your first time tuning into the show, this is awesome. Thank you so much. Be sure to share this out. Tag your friends. We're going to be talking all about Instagram and really helping you sort out your whole Instagram life right now because of all the craziness that just happened yesterday, I think it was. So we're going to talk about that. Before we jump too far into the show, let me just back up and tell those of you who are new what the show is about. I know it's just real quick. First off, it's a business talk show. We talk about business, tech, and the user experience. I'm your host, Ed, and basically we just keep it casual. We like to pick up a topic and then run with it. We will typically have random news at the beginning of the show, and then we go into our topic. Sometimes we have guests. Yeah, you can be a guest, special guest. Checkwithed.com is where you want to go after this, not right now. I want you to do two things for me, though, over there. Technically three, but we're going to just keep it to two real quick. When you go to checkwithed.com, get on the newsletter. Like today is Thursday. I need you to be on there before tomorrow because tomorrow I'm sending out my newsletter and you're going to want to be on there. I'm just saying. The newsletter gives you a recap of all the episodes from this week, so it's kind of like a TV guide for you. It's going to have a lot of other information in there for you around business and tech, and trust me, you're going to want to be on there. So there's that, and then also when you join my newsletter, you actually get a little bit of training, if you will. It's like one-on-one email personal training, I guess you can call it. Welcome, Erica. Welcome, Mickey. So that is the first thing I want you to do. The second thing is check out Hey Ed, but don't even worry about that at this moment. All you have to do is get on the newsletter. Get on the newsletter. So there's that. If you need anything, you can always pop into the comments. I hope you do, even if you're watching the replay. As you can see, some of our regulars are already jumping in there. So be sure to check in with people. Even if you're watching the replay, it's important to still keep the conversation going because it's not just going to stop when we end this live broadcast. It needs to keep going, and we're going to learn things. We're going to discover things. Today is going to be real interactive. I'm actually even going to share my screen with my phone. Whoops. And make sure that you guys get to see this all in action. So we're going to talk about IGTV. I know you're probably like, IG what? Some of you are thinking like, huh? So yeah, there's some changes going on. And we want to break that down. So we'll talk about that here in just a second. I really didn't have any random news for you guys today because I was so focused on this episode and just really wanting to share things. I know, Mickey, I'm breaking your heart right now. If we want to do random news, I will just show you. I want to show you the big old water bottle that I've gotten. That's a 64 ounce and really just, it's not really convenient for me because I have to use a regular straw, which doesn't fit. So that's really random, I know. But we're almost finished with this. Actually, by the end of the show, I'm sure I'll be done with this. So there's your random news for you. Erica says, hello. Oh, hey, sister. Welcome. So be sure to share this out, even if you're watching the replay. Also, tag your friends if you want. Keep that conversation. Let them know, it's not just, I'm not just sharing this to share it. I'm sharing this because you're probably interested in it. You're probably on Instagram. Let me ask you, even if you're watching the replay, how many of you guys are on Instagram? Let me know in the comments. Are you on Instagram? And if you are you using stories? Are you using the live feature? I'm just curious in there. And we're going to break some of these things down here because I was at, this is part of your random news, I guess, but it ties into what we're talking about. So I was at Costco today, helping out with getting things ready for vacation. FYI, today is the last show for the week. I won't be live tomorrow because I'll be traveling, and then next week, almost all week, / probably all week, Monday through Friday, we won't be going live. Just FYI, I'll put out a notice just to remind you guys. I know everyone's going to be heartbroken. Please enjoy your time and make the best use of it. And join Hey Ed if you want, so then that way you stay on task with everything. But next week, Monday through Friday, we won't be going live just because my schedule is just going to be way too off track, and it's technically vacation, but you know how that goes. So I'll just keep an eye on the page and hanging out with the Edsters inside Hey Ed and getting them what they need. So there's that. Let me just catch up on the comments real quick. Sissa says, I'm checking it out to get used to it first. Perfect. Mickey says, I'm on IG, both personal and business. Yep, I use stories. Not loving the IG live, though. Yeah, you guys, we'll talk about that in a second because I'm right there with you, Mickey. Erica says, then this episode needs to be 5 hours long. You guys would go nuts if it was 5 hours. Hey, Whitney, welcome. Yeah, you guys, I love it. You guys are awesome. So I was at Costco today, and I was helping out with getting groceries and stuff. Welcome, Lindsay. And as I'm going through the aisles, literally, you guys, I'm like on the phone doing this while I'm pushing the cart, not doing this. Hey, no, we're not doing the shopping cart dance. But I was going through and I was making these notes for today's episode, and I was want to break it down for you because it's so overwhelming, right? We have Facebook, we have Instagram. Facebook owns Instagram. There's different features on both platforms. Chances are you're on both platforms. Chances are you're trying to utilize everything that both platforms has, but you're also kind of pulling out your hair because you're like, what now? I have to do this, and it can't be that, and I have to create this, but it has to be this long and that short, and like, right? Do you guys agree? Like, even if you're watching the replay, let me know. Is it overwhelming for you, whether it's just Instagram, just Facebook, or both? Like, is it overwhelming for you? Because I wanted to break it down a little bit and hope that this helps, especially for those who are brand new to social media, new to Facebook, new to Instagram. So we'll kind of break that down. Let me see, Erica, you were on the phone at Costco because I kept bugging you with messages. Yeah, Erica was with me at Costco too. Mickey says social media is overwhelming is a real thing. Yeah, it is. And that's also a reason why you guys have to take breaks. It's so important that you guys take breaks, whether that's a few minutes here, an hour here, all day here. Like, it doesn't matter. You need to make sure you factor in those breaks. And really understand who you're following and really narrow that down. I shared out Jerisha Hawk. She had a fantastic live today talking about really, what she's done with her social media following in terms of unfollowing people and really just getting real focused. And we have to remember that, it's social media. We do want to connect with the right people, but it's connecting with the right people and following the right people and making sure that we're still making time for us and what we need to do and time for us to be free and be able to get creative, if that makes sense. So, you probably see or hear people going through social media cleanses. That could be taking time off of social media. That could be removing people from social media. It's something that you want to do regularly, especially as a business owner. You want to make sure that you are mindful of your time because you can't get your time back. You can delete a post, you can repost, you can reshare something, but you can't get your time back if that brings any light to it. So yeah, Sister says that video was awesome. It was, right? Mickey says, yeah, Jerisha's video you shared was fire. Yeah, it was really, really cool. I'm really, really happy I got to catch that live. And so you want to think, and I got to say thank you to all of you guys watching this, even if you're watching the replay. I got to thank you guys right now because you're carving out time, and many of you carve out this time frame daily, weekly, to watch me, and listen to what I have to say, which means the world to me. I've told you guys that over and over, and it's awesome. And actually, somebody yesterday was just saying that they only follow me and one other person, really, and then that's it. Like that. I'm so stoked from that. Like, that is crazy cool. And that's the thing. We have to realize, who are we following? Are they the right fit for us? That's why I tell people don't like or follow my page until you reviewed the content, right? Because I don't care how many likes and follows I have. I care how much engagement I get. Because if I don't get the engagement, then what's the point? There's no point in it, right? Because nobody's seeing it. Nobody's being able to express what it means to them or what they learned and all of that. So you want to make sure that you're doing that with your social media presence as well, understanding that you don't have to follow everyone. It's not going to hurt other people. Well, it may hurt other people's feelings, but oh well, get over it, right? We have to understand that we have to protect our time. And so it's really important that we take the time to be selective and curate our feeds. Like on Facebook, you can actually create other feeds So then that way you can still keep up with, maybe your reality stars and, the trash talk and all that stuff. But your main feed is really just, your business peeps or the family or whoever. Section it out there. Mickey says, we watch because your content and the Hey Ed community is a great return of our investment, our time investment. Oh, thank you, Mickey. That's awesome. I appreciate that. And I'm glad. I'm glad that me being able to take this time, thankful that I have this time to share with you guys, that I'm able to provide this time for you and to provide some kind of a valuable resource that you can run with. So I appreciate that. Okay, so social media. We're going to talk about mainly Instagram, but I'm also going to just throw Facebook in there here and there, just kind of break things out because many of you are on both platforms. And a lot of you know that I have a love-hate relationship with Instagram, only because there's just a lot of spam and a lot of bots. And actually, it's really funny. Yesterday, I was on Mari Smith's live, and she was talking about how she's noticed that there's all these accounts that she's following on Instagram, but she doesn't ever remember following them, like tapping on the follow. And so I wrote in the comments, I was like, yeah, that's because Instagram does that. It just happens. You get random people in your feed. And it blew her away. She's like, what? And I was like, yeah, no, it happens all the time. That's what drives me nuts. I'll be scrolling through my feed, and I'm like, who is this? I have no idea who this is. I go to their profile. I'm like, I've never said that I wanted to follow you. Unfollow. Hence why there's the whole follow, unfollow game that you probably have heard of. You see your numbers go up, then you see them go back down, and you're like, wait, what? Yeah, Erica's like, what? That's nuts. Never heard of that. Oh yeah, it's a thing. I don't know. So I'll back up and say, you guys, I don't know if it's Instagram itself with the algorithm messing with us, or if it's bots. I don't know the technical side of it for that part, because I'm just not on that team. But I will tell you that I watch my feed pretty closely, and now I try not to even look at my feed, but I've watched it very closely over time, and there are accounts that I have never, ever said I wanted to follow that person or that company, and they somehow appeared in my feed and said that I follow them. I'm like, no, I don't. So I really try to watch that. And, many of us, we're so busy, we're not paying attention to that, right? So we don't really know. We're just going through our feed, and we don't really look at our number in terms of, are these all the real people I follow? No, you just see that your number is going up or it's going down, and so it gets your attention. Bernadette, welcome. Yeah, it's great and has great quality. So it's one of those things that just be mindful of that, and just know. I know I'm breaking some hearts with Instagram love, but it's got a lot of that kind of activity versus Facebook. Not saying Facebook doesn't have it, but it's just a little bit different. So let's break it down real quick. We'll start with Facebook and then go back into Instagram, so then we can continue with that if that works. So with Facebook, we have, and how many of you guys have Facebook? Let me know in the comments, even if you're watching the replay. With Facebook, we have Facebook profile, just our personal profile. That's what we started with, right? Facebook personal profile. Then we have some of us have our business page profile. So there's 2. Then we got Facebook stories for our personal account. So that's 3. Then we got Facebook stories for our business page. So that's 4. All under one platform, Facebook. Of course, there's so much more stuff, but those are our big features that we see on a regular basis, that we talk about, that we're starting to learn and try and use, right? So Facebook personal, newsfeed, which is just your posts and your live broadcasts. We'll just consider that all under personal there. Live broadcasting, posting, all of that's there. That's 1. Then we move over to the business page. That's the same thing repeated, but it's for business purposes. So that's 2. Then we have stories for personal, and we have stories for business, both separate. So under Facebook, we have 4 options there. Then If we move over to, hey Liz, welcome. Is this the Facebook that you speak of? What is this Facebook that you speak of? I know, right? It's crazy. So that's our Facebook world for the most part. Then if we go over to Instagram, which remember, Facebook owns Instagram. Instagram started with just posting pictures with a personal account. So there's your personal feed, right? Then we got business accounts. So there's the second one. So you have Instagram personal, Instagram business. Then we got Instagram stories for personal. And then of course, if you have a business account, you can do stories for your business account there. So again, they're basically the same in that sense. We got 4 on Facebook, 4 on Instagram. And now we're all trying to learn all of these things and how to really utilize them, which I don't know how many of you guys are like, this is just a cluster, it's just all a hot mess right now. Let me know in the comments if you're just like, yeah, it's just a lot. Now, when you break these out, you have to think about what platform you're on. And this is a lot of work, you guys. I'm breaking things down for you. So, and we'll get into IGTV here. So don't worry. We're going to get into that. So you can still share and tag your friends and all of that. But when it comes to the actual platforms, like Instagram brought stories to us first, which is basically a copy of Snapchat. So there's that. But with Instagram, they brought us a copy of Instagram brought us the stories first. So many people who are on Instagram already picked that up and they were like, yes, we're using this and we're going with it. Then Facebook picked it up and people are still trying to discover it and use it. And I'll tell you right now, for my business page on Facebook, the views on my stories is like 1. It's just 1. So it's almost like pointless, you would think. But at the same time, it's not, because you're training people to look at that. You're popping up now in that story section. So we may look at that in a second because I have my phone tied up here for us to look at. So yeah, this is like too much right now. I know. So you guys may have to watch the replay and break this out, but I just wanted to kind of like break things out. So when it comes to Instagram, and everyone just take a breath. It's okay. You can re-watch this and we'll kind of break it out here. But when it comes to Instagram, we had the feed, we had the stories, and now we have IGTV. Now I'll ask the question and then I'm going to back up for a second, just so you guys can type in your responses. How many of you know what IGTV is? Let me know in the comments, even if you're watching the replay. While you're doing that, I'm going to back up for a second and explain stories. Because I know there's some of you watching that are like, wait, what stories? Like, I hear about that, but what is it? I don't really get it. And you're probably shy and don't want to pop into the comments. It's okay. All questions are valid. There's no dumb questions here. So please be sure, even if you're watching the replay, to pop in whatever comes up. So with stories, think of stories as a short little snippet of your day, kind of like behind the scenes, just you doing whatever. So if you're doing it for business, let's say you have a business account for Instagram, you would post like your one main picture. Of course, you can post more pictures, but let's just keep things simple. So on your news feed for Instagram, you would just post one photo, maybe the office party, or if you're an entrepreneur at home, you would take a picture of you working with the coffee and your notepad next to you, and it's Monday and you're happy, right? So then you would post that and do all your hashtags and all that stuff or whatever. That would go on your news feed. But that's just one clip of your day. I want to see what you're really up to. I want to see the fact that the dog is running around the house, the baby is all over the place, and milk is thrown around. I want to see, like, if you're an entrepreneur, I'm saying. So stories allows you to kind of get a little bit more relaxed, casual, throw spaghetti up on the wall and see if it sticks. It's just different. So that's kind of what stories is. Brandon says IG video options, video on feed, IG stories, IG live, and now IG. I know Exactly. It's all a hot mess right now, and everyone's just like, I don't even IG what? No, no, I don't even know IG stories. I don't even know how to post. I don't even know what a hashtag is. Like, come on, people. Like, what are we doing here? I get you guys. I get it. So that's why I wanted to do. That's why I'm excited about this to break it down, and I'm glad that you're sticking with me and just breathe because this video will be up for viewing later. If you join the email list tonight, it will be in your inbox tomorrow, so you'll have it. Hint, hint, don't forget to do that later. So with IG stories or Facebook stories, doesn't matter, anything stories, just think of it as a short clip that is good for 24 hours, and then it disappears. It's like, boop, gone. Just gone. So 24 hours, that's all it lasts. And then here's the cool thing. When you're on Instagram, and actually I'm just going to go ahead and pop over my screen because why not? We're already there. Let's just do it. So let me go ahead, and I'm really proud of myself because we're wireless. We're using wireless technology right now to share this with you guys. So we're going to look at, here's my feed, right? So I'm in Instagram. This is my business profile, and we're in here. Now you're going to see some orange up top. That's the IGTV. We'll get into that in a minute. But stories is here at the top. So these are people that I follow, and these are people that have stories. So if I tap on one, so we'll go see what Susan's up to. So if I tap on one, oh, look at that. Are you on IGTV? Yes. And there's my friend Jordan. She has that going on. So stories is just little clips. And then, of course, I could send a message. I could share this with others. Look at, there's Bernadette. I could share it with her. It's just one of those things. And then you just swipe down to get out of it or hit the X. Bernadette says, IGTV, great chase. You already have an audience. Some people will not go to your YouTube no matter how much you tell them. Yeah, exactly. So that's another reason why, stick with what you know and where your people are. Look at Ed in a circle. We love Circle Ed. Whoop. Yeah, I can change that, I think, but I haven't really messed around with it. Look, I can even put it over here. This is probably a better angle right there. So stories will appear at the top. Then all you have to do is tap on them, and you can see there's a purplish Instagram color circle around them. That means they have a new story. Susan's story is over, so it's no longer colored. So that means that it's done. Then I can look at my feed. I can go down my feed, and say, hello, hey, cool, awesome, there's a sponsor. You can see that there's all these different things going on. Hey, Whit, there's Whit. Oh, look it, there's Bernadette, perfect. So there's all these different things going on, right? And to be honest, I really don't like looking at my feed on Instagram anymore because there's just too much. It's just too much. So I kind of just bounce out. Marilyn, welcome. So that's the feed. And then, of course, if you go to your profile, you have your profile. These little things here, they look like stories. They technically come from your story, but they're actually called highlights. As you can see right there, it says highlight. So, and then now, because I'm on IGTV, which we'll look at that here in a minute, I have this new circle. Otherwise, if you're not on IGTV yet, you wouldn't have that there. People mainly look at stories, which is crazy. Exactly. Right, Bernadette? Why do you guys think most people are only looking at stories now? Why do you think that is? Even if you're watching the replay. Why do you think most people now are watching stories and not looking at the news feed? I'm going to answer that in a minute. But when you go to your profile, so there's your profile and then your highlights. Now, if I go to my story, so here's my awesome artwork. We showed this yesterday. Berna says they love the raw. Yeah, exactly. People love having the raw story. They don't want the polished look. They want to know what's happening, what's going on. Mindy says more control over what they see. Exactly. Exactly. You, the user, gets to pick where you want to go, what you want to see. And currently, in stories, there is no ad. Sort of. Meaning, right now, each of our stories, like this is my story right here, okay? There's no ad. Now, there will be an ad if I go to the next person sometimes. There'll be an ad in between all of ours. But for your individual story, there's currently not an ad. The newsfeed has ads. It's also disruptive because now you're seeing everyone, not just the ones you want to see. Marilyn says, yep, because it's easy and you don't have to search. Yep. Whitney says they're nosy and want to see what you're up to without scrolling through. Exactly. Yep. We are all up in each other's business. We want to be. We want to know what's going on. We want to know how so-and-so is doing, how they're rocking, the new, I don't know, Ugg boots. I don't know. I was going to say fancy car, but I don't know. I don't even know. So anyway, so this is my story, right? This is new artwork that we appeared yesterday. I have it up on the wall. Boom, right there. From Mickey's son, Joshua, who's a very talented artist. And so I put that in my story. Now notice on my story here, it says Facebook at the bottom. Can you guys see that, hopefully? Let's see. Let me see if I can get that. It says Facebook down here. And then over here it says highlights. And then it also talks about who's seen it. And then it says more. So if I go to more, it just brings that up. It went to another story, clip of my story, so that's fine. And you can see all the options there. But if I click on highlights, oops, I'm trying to click on the computer, I'm on the phone. If I click on highlights, then it allows me to put it in one of my highlights. I know, it's a lot to take in. Right now, all I want you guys to do is let the seed be planted. I don't want you to try to figure out every single thing I'm telling you right now and trying to understand it by the end of this episode. That's not our game today. Our game is to plant the seed, make note that there might be something you want to return to later, and then you can do that at a later time. Right now it's just to check things out. And then, of course, you can create a new highlight if you want there. As you can see, I love testimonials. And on Instagram, there's no real way to put testimonials unless you do a highlight. So if I go to my highlights for that, let me go back here. These don't disappear. So that's another thing to note. Highlights actually stay until you delete them. Remember, stories disappear after 24 hours unless you say, I want to keep this, and then it becomes a highlight. So that's there. Hey, Mike, welcome. Thank you so much. So showing my testimonials as a highlight is awesome. So then I'll have screenshots. And I just save them as highlights. So then people can actually look at them while they're still on Instagram. Because they may not want to leave yet. Right? We want them to go to our website, but they may not get there yet. They may have to still poke around a little bit more here. So it's important to do that. Welcome, Janet. No worries, Janet. This will be on replay, so hang out with us if you want now, and you can keep on moving, and then you'll see this later. We kind of are just jumping in. We haven't even got to IGTV yet. This is just kind of an overview of stories. And so with stories, if we go back here, you can have the highlight. Now, here's the cool thing. If I hit Facebook, it will have it go to my Facebook business page story. You're like, what? What, Ed? This is just crazy. I know. So watch this. I'm going to go to my business page. We're going to see if I can pull up the story. Oh, look it. I'm on my business page on Facebook. My story automatically was shared there because I tapped the button in Instagram. Therefore, I didn't have to go through and re-upload, download, all that stuff. And so I'm able to do that. And look, there's 4 people that have seen it. Now, here's the weird thing about Facebook stories. I can't figure out yet how I can see who has viewed my stories. On Instagram, we can see, because all we do is tap, and you can see all your viewers. On Facebook business page, though, personal, yes, on Facebook. Facebook business page, I have not figured out a way yet. So if you, hey Gina, welcome. If you guys know feel free to let me know, but I have not figured out a way to be able to see those viewers yet on there. Maybe it's hiding in the insights. I don't know. I really haven't spent too much time because, like I said, 1 to 4 people have seen it. So I was like, but this is how you can see who's seeing your story. And then if you click on the little bars, it actually shows you some insights on there. So I know this is all about stories right now, but a lot of you will ask me those questions about Instagram stories and how you can use them and what they are and everything. So I thought it was important to share this first before we jump into IGTV here in just a second. For those new just joining us, welcome. You'll always be able to catch the replay. Matter of fact, make note, it's in the comments later, but checkwithed.com is where you want to go after this broadcast to sign up for my email list. It's free. It's 1 newsletter a week, and I'm sending it tomorrow. You want to be on there, and I'll have all of these episodes from this week, including today's, inside that newsletter. So there's that. Okay, so I did this one, and perfect. Okay, cool. So those are our things there. So now, IGTV. So Instagram released what they call IGTV. I think it was yesterday. It's been a whirlwind the last couple days. So it's there. Sister, no worries. Definitely check it out. You're good. And it's in the Hey Ed community, so you're fine. It will be there too. So IGTV is a new app from Instagram that they have tied in. As you can see at the top here, there's a little orange TV with the little squiggle in there. That's there. Marilyn says there's so much I am learning in 5 minutes that I am watching this. Yeah, awesome. We love that. And like I said, you guys, I know that I'm throwing a lot at you, and it's going to be overwhelming because we have so many moving parts. But it's okay. Just breathe. Your only goal today is to walk away knowing a teeny bit more than what you started with here, and to know that you have the seed has been planted, and you can come back and continue to watch. So it's there. And keep the conversation going. So with IGTV, they've integrated it now into Instagram, so you can see up at the top there, and we'll go there in a second. Know that you may or may not have the IGTV available yet. You'll have to check your app store. It was not available yesterday morning, but I got it yesterday afternoon. And then since last night, they've made the interaction between Instagram app and IGTV seamless or more seamless. Now, if I tap on this, I'm in the Instagram app and I tap over to IGTV. Oh, look there's Susan. Susan's talking. I don't know if you guys can hear it because I have my headphones plugged in, but yeah, you could probably hear it. And then notice that there is a pause button here. So this is where it gets a little different, okay? Where do I want to start? I'm going to start with the reason why. Okay, so just like any business owner and smart business owner, professional, whatever, I was getting mixed up with the words here. Just like anybody who is paying attention to their customers and making sure to check in with them, ask questions, all that market research, and really testing things, Instagram has checked in with creators and have noticed that through Instagram stories, people are wanting longer form content. And they are also utilizing that space to create these small segments, training videos, educational, whatever you want to call it, all of that stuff. So while stories still has a place for those behind the scenes, quick moments that only last 24 hours, IGTV is your extension of that. Just think of it as an extension. It's just for those moments where you really just want to have some pre-recorded, so IG stories, Instagram stories, is what you can record in the moment and then just let it go for your story. IGTV currently is only available for you to upload pre-recorded video, meaning you have to record the video first, save it to your camera roll, and then upload it to IGTV, which we're going to walk through all of that here in a minute. So hang out. So just think of IGTV as like an extension of your story. It's that bigger picture, that bigger idea. Not too big though. Not too big. Because currently, for the most part, most accounts will have only up to 10 minutes. Which is fine. Some can have up to an hour long. So right now we're not going to be streaming the show over there because 1, we can't stream yet. But 2, I can't upload the show there because it's an hour on average. And right now I can only do 10 minutes. So there's that. Mickey says, so glad you showed us how to tape our Facebook Lives for repurposing. Yes, yeah. And we're going to talk about more about repurposing here in a second too. So with Instagram stories, that's like quick, simple, goes away in 24 hours. IGTV, longer form video that you actually upload. Now, because Instagram is so popular with the portrait mode, meaning holding your phone up and down like normal, this is portrait, this is landscape. Portrait, landscape. Because Instagram wants to have a seamless experience for their users, they know that their users are used to holding the phone this way. They know that stories are popular and the format is this way, not this way. So for Instagram, I'm kind of emphasizing this, you guys, because we're going to talk about it in a second. Instagram knows their customer base. They know what has been working for their platform and their creators. So they want to make vertical portrait video, which is this way, popular and easier to use on their network, which is why when you upload video, it has to be in portrait mode. Now, some of you, especially those who have followed me, Ed, is this for personal and business? So yeah, it's a great question. IGTV is supposed to be available for everyone. It just is still rolling out, so you may not have it yet in your app store to get it. But great question, Gina. So it is available. It's going to be available for all accounts. There'll just be certain time limits that are going to be depending on your account. And they say large accounts will have the up to an hour, but they don't define yet what large accounts are. So there's that. So when it comes to your filming, I always say, prior to this, I'm going to just say that, I always say film in landscape. Why? Because you can repurpose this video anywhere else, YouTube, Facebook, whatever, and then you don't have the bars on each side. You know what I'm talking about? You see those bars on the videos? You'll see it on anybody who shoots video this way. And I do some of my lives on my personal account this way as well. But it's just not good. It just doesn't look good when you have that repurpose experience. But Instagram isn't really worried about that because they're focused on their platform, their users, and keeping people on their platform. Hence why they're going, at least right now, with vertical, the portrait mode. So when you upload your video to IGTV, it has to be in portrait mode, sort of. I know. I keep giving those little like, pump the brakes. Let's back up. But technically, yeah, it's portrait mode. So you just have to be a little bit more mindful when you're filming things. I still recommend, in most cases, to film in landscape so you can repurpose and share that wherever you want. Because here's the thing. You may have an idea for a video. You're going to go do that video, whether it's pre-recorded or live. Things are going to come up naturally. And then later you're going to be like, oh, I want to repurpose that. I want to put that on my website. That's a great conversation to put on my website for my testimonial or for my contact page, whatever. But if it's in portrait mode, then you have the bars on the side. Doesn't look really nice on that website anymore, right? because it doesn't fill up the whole screen. So I just am putting that out there. Not everything has to be this way, but I just want you to be more mindful that landscape is going to be still preferred for most of the world when you want to repurpose your video. But if you're just hanging out on Instagram and you're just focused on IGTV, then portrait is fine. Just shoot in portrait, and we're gonna run through some tests here that I've done for us. Okay, take a break, take a breather. So we see Susan here, and she's got her pre-recorded video that she uploaded here, which is awesome. You can see that we can love it. I'll go ahead and give her some love. You can comment. So if you tap on the comments, oh, there we go. We'll say, hey, you are on EdTalk TV right now as we go over IGTV. There we go. And then we just hit the arrow down to get back to her video. And then if I want to play it, I just hit the play button. If I hit the three little dots, it gives me options to do things. I tried the copy link yesterday. Maybe it was still too fresh yesterday. It didn't work. But you can also send this to somebody, just like you would on Instagram. And now here's the cool thing. If I'm done watching Susan's video, I can just hit the X, and I get back to Instagram. Because remember, we started in Instagram. But now we're going to go over to the new IGTV app, so you guys can see what that looks like, what that experience is, and we'll go from there. So here's the IGTV app. This is the brand new app that just came out. It's auto playing. Notice, watch what happens when I go to another channel. Did you see the little like fuzzy snow that we used to get when we switched channels? So Instagram, I'm going to pause this so it's not so distracting. Instagram is going for the experience here. They're not just saying, oh, it's just TV. They're literally trying to recreate that feeling, that vibe we got when we had the old TVs where we would switch channels and we get the fuzziness all over the screen, right? That channel's out. There's no cable for that or whatever. Then when you actually open up, and if I back up for a second, when you actually open up the app, it automatically tunes into a channel, just like if you turn on a TV. You turn on the TV, you don't know what channel it was on, or maybe it was your favorite channel, and you're like, okay, cool, but I want to go somewhere else. That's the experience they're giving you here. So that way, when you are on let me get out of this. I got to go back to browse. When you are on here, you can just switch over to people. So like Jennifer Gardner was on. See how it did the little, there we go. And then if you just want to watch it, you just tap above. And then if you want to see what the description is, you just tap the little arrow up top, and it gives you the whole description of what's going on. Now, I mean, it's readable. It's a little distracting, though, because she's still playing in the background, so you'd hit pause so you can read all of this stuff. So, and then you just tap it to get away. So it's somewhat simple in terms of the user experience here, and then you just hit browse. Now, you can search IGTV for people. They're going to put pretty much curated feeds for you. You can see who you're following. You can see most popular. Great, there's Kim. You can continue watching. I had some stories here. Oh, look, there's Erica testing. We'll go there in a second. Then you can see my little face right there, that little circle. If I tap on that, it brings up my channel. Notice I said channel, not profile. I know. It's just crazy. It's crazy. So the channel is my profile. They just call it channels. So you can see what I got going on there. You can see the videos that I have currently on there. If I tap on this one, it brings that up. You guys can hear it. And then if I tap on the three dots, notice what I get because it's my channel. What popped up above that wasn't there before, for those who are paying attention? That's right. View insights. So now you can see a little better picture of what people are. So we all have a channel already. So Mickey, kinda, sort of. When you download the IGTV and you go through the setup, it will ask you to create a channel. You're not actually creating a whole brand new profile. It's for a lack of a better term, it's basically linking your account, your Instagram account. So all I had to do was tap a button and it was there. And that's my channel, if that makes sense. So it's basically just a link to your actual profile. And so here it tells you how many views you've had. So this video from this morning had 12 views, 4 likes, 5 comments. Average percentage of people watched, 52%. So this shows you like when people started to drop off. It's really awesome. And then if you hit, I didn't hit this before, so I don't know if this will pop up. Oh yeah, so it tells you what your average percentage, the percentage of your video people watched. This is calculated as the percentage of your video watched as an average of all plays. So it just gives you some more helpful insight. That will show up on your profile, your channel, on your videos. Now, who wants to upload a video? Who wants to see an upload of a video? Yeah? You guys ready for that? Oh no. Oh no, are you guys ready? This was another one from yesterday. You guys can obviously go check out this channel later and like look at all my stuff. But I'm going to take a sip of water and give you guys a break. But are you ready to upload a video? Because we're going to do it together. So I'm going to take a sip out of my big water because I have to go over to the side because it's just too much. Does it tell you when Erica comes in late? No, not yet. Not yet. Okay. So, let me just ask, from those of you watching, and even if you're watching the replay, you can still tune in or answer this question. But from this point right now, just because I like to give you guys a little bit of work, come on, how would I upload a video? Any guesses? Any guesses on what you see right now, how I could upload a video? I'll let it sit for a second. While you're doing that, I'll just put a friendly reminder for those who are just tuning in. Later, go to checkwithed.com, sign up for the newsletter. It's free, 1 email a week. There's actually a little welcome series training that you'll get, but the weekly email goes out on Friday, and you'll want to be on the list so that you can get tomorrow's episode, or newsletter, which will include all of this week's episodes, including today's. So you'll have it in your inbox ready for you. Click the plus sign. Look at you guys. See, you guys are so good. This is why I try to like not steal the show here, because I know that you guys know how to do this. I know this, so it's good. Erica's like, I'm over here like, tell them about the live links. Tell them about the links. So yes, we're getting there. Yes, Gina, like a story. So plus means to add. You guys are awesome. Now, what we're looking at here is a few different things, and I'm gonna kind of do a quick overview of these guys because I did a few different videos that I want to show you. So this is pulling up my camera roll, and it actually only pulls the videos that are 15 seconds or more, but under 10 minutes. So it actually already knows that if your 10-minute and 5-second video is in your camera roll, it's not going to show up here because you're going to be like, wait, I want that video. And then you go to your camera roll and you're like, no, it's in my camera roll. Why is it not showing up here? Because it just knows. IGTV knows. Like that's just not there. Whitney, plus sign, perfect. So here is a vertical video, portrait mode, that I filmed earlier. This is what we're going to do. So I have this. I'm not going to play the whole thing. So there's the video. I'm going to hit next. What happens? Oh, this is where we get creative, just like a post on Instagram or on Facebook. If I want to edit my cover photo, I can hit edit cover. And then I can either upload from my camera roll, which I like this for those who are like, I can't stand those screenshots from videos. Well, you can now take a selfie and upload it directly for your camera, for your cover video. Or choose from video. So we're going to say choose from video because I want to show this feature. Notice you can go through and boop, 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 and then go back. So I don't know, we'll do that one fine, whatever. Then you give it a title. Testing for, we'll say testing. No, I want it more descriptive though. What's a good title? Let's say test while live on EdTalk TV. Whoops, I messed that up. And then over here in the description, you can watch today's live broadcast over at facebook.com/EdTalksCreative. Look, I have return. I can make, you guys, this makes me so happy. I can make paragraphs. That's just a love right there. Be sure to join my newsletter, though, for specials and a recap of all these episodes. Sorry, I have to talk it out while I'm typing because there's just too much going on, so I know it's kind of boring for you guys. And then join. Well, let's get some emojis in there. Let's put there. Join newsletter at. Did it show it? There you go. And then let's put some more emojis just to like really pop it out there. Boom. And because it's probably going to go on the next line, we're going to pop that back and that back. Okay, so there's that. Now it's kind of weird because you have to tap out of there to get rid of the keyboard. Because you'll probably just hit return all the time, and it's just going to keep returning. So there's that. So notice I put 2 links in. And look at, it says make visible on Facebook page because I've attached my page. So I'm going to say, oh, it worked earlier. See, they're having issues because this happened last night and then this morning it actually works and it had my page there. So let's see if it works. So this is what you guys would have to do to have your page set up, but it's not going to show it, I bet you. Yeah. Okay, so I won't worry about that right now because it will just spin. So I'm just going to hit cancel. It doesn't have to go to my page. That's fine. But that's what will happen the first time you set it up. If you try doing it later today and you get that same issue, just know it's not you. It's them. My previous post, it did show my business page there. So I'm going to hit post. There it goes. It's trying to upload. And look, there it is. Now watch this. I'm going to pause. I'm going to tap below. There's those links. Let me see. How many of you guys would love to have a working link on Instagram? Not in your bio, but on the actual post. Even if you're watching the replay, how many? Can you see my hand? Like, how many of us want a working link? I'm about to blow your mind right now. I'm about to blow your mind. Are you guys ready? Are you ready for this? Watch. I'm going to tap on Check with Ed. Watch. Are you guys watching? Boom! We got our link right there. Is that not a beautiful thing? And what are you going to do with those links? That feature, that call to action. You're going to drive people back to your website, right? I know I kind of put the Facebook page up above, but it was like, whatever. Whatever. But this is where I want you to go after this show and join the newsletter, right there. But isn't that nice? And then if I'm done, I just hit the X. Look at that. How cool. Yeah, it's awesome, right? You guys are like, yes, yes. It's a beautiful thing. That wins me for Instagram/IGTV. That right there is a win. To get rid of it, you just tap up at top. And then you just keep moving. So now we're going to go back and we're going to add another video. This time, I'm going to show you a difference though. So, this video, look how zoomed in that is. Not that we need to be that close to my face. Like, that's just a lot. Notice how close I am. Why do you think I'm that close? Anybody have an idea? Mickey says, how many videos can your channel have at any given time? That's a great question, Mickey. I haven't seen a limit. There hasn't been much word that I have seen in the articles that talks about like how many videos your channel will hold, like what happens to them, do they get archived? I haven't seen any of that yet. It will be very interesting to see what happens. So the reason I got to get rid of that, because I'm not trying to look at myself like that. The reason that video is so up close is because I actually filmed it in landscape mode. Because I want to show you what happens if you take a video that was in landscape and try to upload it to your IGTV. You get super close, and it's a little weird. Therefore, you have to get creative and use certain apps. I dropped a whole bunch of apps into the Hey Ed community, so Hey Ed, Edsters, anybody who's in Hey Ed, you guys already have that. Here, you guys will see one app, but I just want to show you guys that I went through and I played. We're going to use this one. But I used an app called InShot to do this fun, weird, wacky stuff. And I'm going to now upload it. But notice that's the original video in landscape because I still like landscape. So I'm using landscape, and then I used an app to help make things pop around it. Now that may be too much action going on, but whatever. But how cool is this to be able to still utilize your previous videos, because I'm not trying to make you go out there and create all this new content. Repurpose the videos you have using a little bit of technology, and then utilize the space. You're going to have a space above and below, or depending on how the formats go, you may have space only below or above, like whatever. But utilize the space for call to actions or things to make it pop. I don't know. So we're going to go ahead and hit next because I'm tired of seeing that pop. And I don't know. Thoughts on IMG TV. We shared I know, super boring, right? I was going to say super boring and type it. Join my email list at there we go, and post. And then you will see, there it is. And if you tap down, there it is. Actually, I think that looks super clean, having that nice black background. So there's that. So that's IGTV in a nutshell. It's going to take you a little time to get used to it. You can go check out my channel and see everything. Again, you can access that from Instagram. So if you're following me on Instagram, all you have to do is tap on my profile and it will show up there on the side. And then you just tap on there and then you get to see my last story or my last video. See, we're all over the place. So anyway, I hope that was helpful. We're going to go ahead and turn off screen share. Perfect. So I hope that was helpful for you guys and that it really got you thinking of what you can do. Let me bring me back to me. There we go. So have a great evening. I know that was a lot. Remember, breathe. This video is going to be alive. I'm going to send it in the email tomorrow, so get on the newsletter, and it's going to be on the website, so you'll be fine. You can come back to this. If you're inside Hey Ed, it's there. You can replay it as long as you want. We're good. So I want to thank all of you guys for joining and for sharing this. Even if you're watching the replay, be sure to still share this out. Join in the conversation in the comments. And just as a reminder, we won't have a show tomorrow, and then we'll have all of next week off, and then we'll be back starting the first week of July. So I'll put a reminder on the page, but to keep up with me, you know where to find me, checkwithed.com. Mickey says, if the video is on your laptop, do you have to put it on your phone to upload IG? Great question, Mickey. That is currently yes, but there is supposed to be a desktop version of this. I just haven't actually checked it out yet. That's going to be the next thing. There's a lot here for mobile that, as you can see, so I wanted to start with that. But there should be / will be a desktop version as well. And, over the next few days / next week, you'll hear so much more, I'm sure, coming out about this. Hey Ed members, I will do my best to keep you guys posted on all of that news. And yeah, just keep your eyes out. And it's just something to be aware of. Don't feel like you have to go use this and then you have to learn something new and all of that. Listen, just planting the seed. Utilize it if you need to, but it's not going to make or break you at this point. Trust me, it's fine. Okay? So I will leave you guys with this, and I will talk to you later. Take care and have a great weekend and all of next week if I don't see you before then. What is the Hey Ed community? I'll let them tell you.
I'm drawn to this community, Erica, because listen, I'm going to make sure as a business person, I know you are as well, serious business women, we're going to make sure that we're getting the content knowledge we need from the Hey Ed community. But I also want to laugh. I want to have fun. I want to enjoy my day. And I know I'll get that balance in the Hey Ed community. I know he'll tolerate our tangents.
And I think that's the perfect way to have a really good engaged community. It's a perfect balance of business and fun.